new set of wheels during the Kia Give It Everything event. Hi, friends. Bill Golling here for Golling Kia of Madison Heights. Telling you about some of the great values going on all month long. Qualified buyers can lease the all-new 2021 Kia K5 LXS or the 2021 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive, your choice, for only $159 a month. Lease risk for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year with 3,000 down. We're located on 14 Mile Road, just east of the Oakland Mall in Madison Heights. Remember, we want to see you at a Golling Kia. Check us out at GollingKia.com.
Grow Green Michigan is the world's largest indoor garden center, where they buy bulk and pass the savings on to you, the growers. Turn insane take deals like Fancy 50 Series 1,000 watt fixtures for $260 and bags of Fox Farm Ocean Forest for just $10. Click growgreenmi.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
My sweet chicks feeling squeaky clean. Turn left onto West and rolling behind the scenes. Some cheapy gifts made us cheeky clean feels. That ultra strong hype is all for reals. The CB rolls got me a Charmin clean truck. Cheek to cheek feeling oh so sugar.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with
At the
Charmin.
stop sign, turn right onto
Remind pet owners that Progressive covers pets in our auto policy at no extra charge. We're making a really cute pet-themed radio commercial. You gotta see this dog. It's a little puffball. It looks like a piece of cotton candy that I could just eat up. Oh, and it waddles when it walks. It's a little doggy dog. Oh, I wish you could see it. We really should have planned this better.
Get coverage for your pets with an auto policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage for cats and dogs included. Don't purchase a collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Introducing Fidelity Income Planning. We look at how much you've saved, how much you'll need, and help you build a straightforward plan to generate income, even when you're not working. A plan that gives you the chance to grow your savings and create cash flow that lasts. Plus, you can start, stop, or adjust your plan at any time. Talk to us today so we can help you go from saving to living. Fidelity Owner Services or NYSE SIPC.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
Printing you new signs for the times.
Get back to business with custom printed signs and sales materials. Staples has hundreds of designs to choose
turn
from, or
left.
just upload your own.
And now at Staples, get 15% off signed posters or decals when you spend $75 or more.
Some items printed same day when ordered before 2 p.m.
Save big on custom printing at Staples.
Ends 5/29/21. Exclusions apply. Limit one offer per customer. See store associate or visit staples.com/signage for
At the
details.
light, turn left onto Commerce
Feedback
Road.
brought to you by White Casero National Benefit Plan. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
The Detroit Pistons play the San Antonio Spurs. Pre-game tonight at 8:05 on News Radio 950 WWJ.
Joining the show right now is Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger. Insider calls are presented by BetQL. Get access to data and insights the sports books don't want you to see. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. You can also hear Brian with Jason Lockenfor on Baldy's Breakdowns with new episodes out each week. Just search Baldy on the Odyssey app or wherever you find podcasts. And Brian, welcome to the Stoney and Jansen program. And the first thing I want to ask you, or just mention, because I tell this to John all the time, what is it with you offensive linemen? It's you, Schlereth, Jansen, even TJ Lang when he comes on our show, Jeff Schwartz, Damian Woody. You linemen, well, you guys are really good analysts. What is it? You guys are the smartest guys in the room. What's the deal?
Well, we bet generally, sit in the corner of the locker room by ourselves, kind of huddled up. Nobody pays us any attention. The media passes us by. And we just get to sit and observe and watch all the nonsense that goes on in every locker room. We see everything. So, from John Madden on down, we kind of have an inside view of what's really going on. And since nobody really ever talks to us, when we get a chance to talk, we just kind of let it fly.
Yes,
I don't know, John. Does that sound about right to you?
It does. And, offensive linemen, they've got to study the game much like a quarterback does. They've got to know everything that's going on offensively, pass protection, run game. They got to know
Sometimes,
everything.
John, we got to help our quarterback out and tell him what to do,
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And when they're in the huddle, hey, you know what? Hey, quit holding onto that ball. Let it go. Brian, what do you think the Lions should do at number 7, assuming, what do you think, how it's going to transpire to them? Do you think they should trade down? What would you do if you're first-year general manager Brad Holmes?
If you're Brad Holmes right now, and you're looking at the roster the way we've all looked at this roster, and we think this is not a very good roster. Like, we got to start building this thing. Like, the Patriot way didn't work. So, if I was Brad, I would try to find a trade partner. I don't know if there is one, but I would certainly be making some phone calls or taking some calls, because I'm trying to get as many picks as I can. I don't think this is a top-heavy draft with great players, but I think it's a deep draft. I mean, I think you find a lot of players, in the second, third, fourth rounds, and so, I think Detroit has, like 2 third-round picks right now, but I've been trying to acquire as many picks as I can, trying to just add some depth and start developing some of these players.
And I think you're exactly right. You got to trade down if you can find some of those trade partners, and you might be able to identify if Dallas is as infatuated as we hear Jerry Jones, that is infatuated with Kyle Pitts. Maybe that's a possibility. If New England and Bill Belichick, the relationship that he has with Saban, if he becomes infatuated with Mac Jones, maybe there's a possible trade opportunity. But it's all determined by what happens earlier in the draft. We believe we know what's happening in the first 2, but and we believe we know what's happening with the 49ers and their discussions about Mac Jones. But then it becomes interesting with Atlanta and Cincy. Where do they go? And I'm going to ask you this, because I believe, and a lot of people believe, you've got to build a team up front. With the lack of top-end talent on the defensive line, offensive line, you got a couple of guys in Penei Sewell and Rashawn Slater. How long do those guys last? Will either be available for the Lions, and should the Lions go there?
Well, if Rashawn Slater is there at 7, John, I think you got to pay attention. I think that guy can be an all-pro guard. The way, like Sheriff is in Washington. I mean, I think, he's that type of player. Penei Sewell, I don't know. I'm not sold that this guy is, people want to make him to be Jonathan Ogden. I don't see it. And neither one of these guys played this year. I don't know how you get better at left tackle or the offensive line if you're not playing. But that being said, I do like Rashawn Slater a lot, John. And if he was there at 7, I don't think you could go wrong. I mean, one thing that you know about your quarterback right now is he's as good as his protection. And if Jared Goff isn't protected, he's going to turn the ball over. He's going to make some errors. And so you got a couple of young running backs. I like DeAndre Swift. I'd start to build up front, John. And as many holes as they have, this is not a great defensive draft. You might not see a player taken in the top 10 picks. That's never happened before in the modern era. So, Slater would be a guy that I would definitely be interested in. I think you could plug him and play him with Frank Ragnow and Jonah and some of the guys they have. I think that would be a good start to rebuilding this team.
Technique is so important for the offensive line, and I'm glad to hear you say that. Do you think it is the position that will be affected the most by the opt-outs and the one with the biggest question marks?
I think so, John. I mean, I've never seen anybody get better by not playing.
Yeah.
Especially the offensive line. I mean, I guess you could work on your hands if you're a receiver, and you can do those. I mean, you can do a lot of drills, but for an offensive lineman, if you're not, especially games, practices, you can assimilate some stuff, as you know, but like games, they matter a lot, and that's how you fix techniques. That's how you work on new things. And if you're not getting full speed rushes, game type situations, then I don't know how you improve. And I think everybody has room to improve, especially in the offensive line. So I do think, John, that there's going to be, I'm kind of holding my breath on some of these guys at the top here that did not play and what we can expect from them right away.
Ryan Baldinger joins us. He's our Odyssey NFL insider. You mentioned there might not be a defensive guy at 10 if the Lions can move down. Slater would be fine by me. I love Micah Parsons, but he didn't play because the Lions have not had a guy on defense to make a big playmaker. Well, maybe Sue, but other than that, in decades. And it's somebody that I think people would love to have if he's at his optimum. What do you think of Parsons?
Well, man, I like the talent. To be honest with you, I mean, he's kind of a one-year player at Penn State. So, if you want to compare him to Devin White, I don't see the comparison at all. I mean, Devin White is, when he hits people, he hurts people. They don't get away from him. And I've seen him cover guys in the 30 yards down the field. I know that Micah Parsons can run, and I know he's talented. I don't know if he's as instinctive as Devin White. That's the only question I have about him. I hear some other things, but I don't know him personally, so I don't want to say anything. But if you don't have an instinct for the football, if you don't know where it's going to go before it's getting there, then you're going to be late to the party. And it doesn't matter really how fast you are. You go the wrong way a lot of times. Going the wrong way, being fast doesn't help you. So, I like the talent. I don't know how instinctive he is. Maybe some people that understand linebackers better than me can tell me that, but I haven't heard anybody say that. And I just refuse to say that he could beat Devin White at this point. I thought Devin White would be great. He's even better than I thought he is.
Tight ends have been an area where the Lions have gone inside the top 10. Most recently, obviously, T.J. Hawkinson. Kyle Pitts is very unique, and I've tried to talk a little bit about him in regards to he's a pass catcher. Yeah, he can set the edge, he can block, but he is more. I think he'll be utilized more to create mismatches on the edge in the pass game. Where do you see Kyle Pitts in not just in this draft, but as an NFL player? Where does he fit?
Well, John, he's a very unique player. He can block. He improved his blocking at Florida this year by staying. He's just unique. There's not a single corner in the SEC that could cover him. There's not a single safety that could cover him. Bracket coverage didn't work. Right now, I think he's going to be the first player off the board not being a quarterback. And so I think if there's any player that teams will trade up for who is not a quarterback, it would be Kyle Pitts. I think he's going to be the first non-quarterback off the board. If he was there at 7, I think the Lions would have to be interested. And I think him and TJ together could be a lot of fun. And that could present a lot of problems within your own division. A division that you haven't been very good in for a while. I would say that would be a nice start to Brad Holmes' position as a general manager.
Would you stay away from quarterback if, let's say, because John has an infatuation with Trey Lance, if he's there at 7, because you have Goff for a couple years minimum, right?
I would stay away from the quarterback. I just think it's going to be tough to develop a quarterback right now, and with Jared Goff trying to learn a new system and a new offense with Anthony Lynn and the guys they have coming in there. I think it's just going to be tough as it is, learning a brand new system. And then if you bring in a rookie, the fans want to see him, especially if Goff has any kind of struggle. Because I just think it's going to be a tough situation. I understand building for the future if that's the guy. If you really believe that, I have question marks about Trey. I think he needs to sit for a year. He's only played a year, and he was awful in the game that he played this year. I understand the talent though, and what people see, because he's completely different than Jared Goff and what he can do. I just think it's going to be a tough situation to try and develop 2 quarterbacks right now.
Speaking of Goff, real quick, how much of a drop off do you think it is from Stafford?
I think it's pretty severe. Stafford's arm is still elite, and he can do all the things that people watch with Patrick Mahomes right now. And you've seen from Aaron Rodgers for a decade and a half. He can do all that stuff. I think that talent is. I think you'll see it in Los Angeles this year. I think for the first time we'll probably see the real Matt Stafford with a really good coach, a good stable system, and good talent around him. I think he's going to flourish.
All right, Brian, we appreciate it. I know John speaks very highly of you, as we all do. We love watching your film break. We love watching your breakdowns on Twitter.
Good. I'm telling you all about it. Tell your enemies, tell your friends. I enjoy doing that. I'm going to do a few right now, I think.
All right, great.
Thanks, Baldy.
We appreciate it.
Anytime, buddy.
Yep.
All right, that was Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger. Insider calls are presented by BetQL. BetQL is here to help us all make better bets with real proven analytics. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. You can also hear Brian with Jason Lockenfor on Baldy's breakdowns with new episodes out each week. Just search Baldy on the Odyssey app or wherever you find podcasts. 97.1
The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 traffic
and Chevrolet. Traffic volumes are starting to pick up on the area freeways this morning, but still looks pretty decent out there. No accidents at the moment. Construction will begin later this morning. 94 eastbound entrance ramp from Weir Street near Wyoming is expected to close until Friday afternoon. The Davison westbound from 75 to M10 double lane closures beginning today, and the westbound Davison ramp to southbound M10 scheduled to close through early May. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today.
Masvidal and Usman put on a show the last time they stepped into the octagon. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, is putting you in the center of this weekend's title fight. Pick either main event fighter to win the UFC 261 title fight, and DraftKings Sportsbook will give you 26-1 odds. Just bet $5 on either fighter to win, and if they walk out with the belt, you'll cash $130 in free bets. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 971THETICKET when you sign up to turn $5 into $130 in free bets if the title contender of your choice wins. That's code 971THETICKET for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. 21 and over. Michigan only. Eligibility restrictions apply.